Hey guys, welcome back. I finally am coming back to the chronological videos instead of just doing the stories that I remember or the stories that I think are the coolest. So um, this story happened right after, not right after, but this was the next in the series after I got the first edition Politoed from Neo Revelation, the first edition Hollow Politoed. Um, a while before. It was a while before I found something else, but at the Grafton flea market again. Um, a little while after, it was just a regular day, and these people that I hadn't seen before, and this is, by the way, most of the deals are people that I haven't seen before. They're not regulars. If they're regulars, they know their stuff. But these are people. The best people to find deals with are people that aren't regulars, and they just they come one week and they're trying to get rid of some stuff or whatever. So essentially this was just this family, and they had two Pokemon card tins, and I think it was the father, and it was two tins, and I could show you the tin, but honestly, I have a lot of tins and I don't remember which one it is, but basically it's X and Y era tin. And they're shut with rubber bands. So I'm figuring like, oh, they're gonna be filled with garbage. They don't want me looking through them. But hey, I'll ask. So I ask. I say, hey, can I look through them? And the guy's like, yeah, sure, whatever. He wanted $15 for each of them. And so I look through, and it's basically this kid's entire collection, right? Just random cards he has, and one tin is filled with all the cards I'm about to show you right now, and the other tin was filled with a bunch of common cards that didn't matter to me. So I told the guy, I said, hey, can you do 15 for both of them? And he went, no. And said, oh, I said, okay. So I bought the one tin, and it was full of these pretty good cards. Now again, in retrospect, and I'll show you it. In retrospect, this wasn't too crazy, but at the time I was stoked because again, this was the second or third time that I've really found something cool, and this one particularly because of just the variation in cards. So the first thing I ever saw in the tin was this Call of Legends Reverse Hollow Lugia. And I always like the Call of Legends series. A lot of the cards in there are pretty cool. Like the arts are pretty cool. And there's a couple of cool cards in there and it's just a really sought after set that I only was able to open a couple packs of when I was a kid. A story for another time of how I was able to open those packs, but I really enjoyed it. Again, in retrospect, if you look, I mean, this card's actually not too terrible, but obviously it's beat up. I mean, it's got some wear on the edges. You can tell this was used by a kid. I'm not, this goes without saying for most of these videos, but I'm not getting any of these cards graded. I just like looking at them. I like knowing that these are reverse hollows. They're from Call of Legends. It's pretty cool. And then, as if like that wasn't cool enough, I find a second reverse hollow Call of Legends Lugia. And this one is in slightly worse shape. This is the best version of the card, and this is like a double that I have. I had to pull some of these out of the doubles because a lot of the conditions on these are pretty crappy. That I've upgraded the copies. I've upgraded the versions of the cards since. If you look, I mean that corner is pretty damaged. Yeah, and then you've got and you won't be able to pick this up in the camera, but you get some scratches on the reverse hollow foil. I mean, what can you do? I was just excited to have these cards because these were cards I didn't have. So as soon as I saw those two, I knew this was going to be pretty cool. I got another. I found a couple of these. Now these are a funny story. These are just some, and you can take a look. I mean, this is Groudon EX, X and Y promo. Same thing. This is a Venusaur EX XY promo. I'll show you that. But these cards were beat. And again, it might not be able to get picked up in the picture, but this thing's it's seen better days. Some whitening on the top. This is actually a double. My double for this card. The best version of this card that I have is actually one that I opened when I was a kid. And I was able to find another one, but this one, you can tell it's not even in a top loader or a sleeve because it's my triple, and I have very few triples because oh, come on, pick it up. I I have very few triples because, again, I try not to buy things that I already have. I think it's kind of stupid unless I get a really good deal, like with this. And this one is, yeah, it's pretty beat. Yeah. So anyway, I put my triples in a binder. I don't give them a top loader, even if it's an EX. Because this one's not really worth too much. And then again, the Venusaur EX here, also a triple. Because it's pretty beat. But again, these are pretty cool cards to find in there. Just a smorgasbord of all different kinds of, from Call of Legends to Modern. And then lastly, for the other cards, I found was a nice reverse holo Typhlosion from Call of Legends. And I'm like, oh, this is pretty cool. This is actually one of the cards that's in the best condition. Again, these cards aren't crazy. I'm not finding like these ultra rare chase cards or whatever. But this is just the finds that I found when I was initially starting this. So anyway, the condition's not too bad on this. Again, I think there's just more scratches on the front with this one. Again, the camera's not gonna be able to pick it up, but whatever. But I saved the best 2 cards for last, because as soon as I was looking through and I saw these Call of Legends cards, and again, by the way, I'm oversimplifying this. This tin's filled with cards. So there's X and Y cards, regular cards, reverse holos, minor stuff. Same thing with Call of Legends. There's some like, regular commons and uncommons and stuff. But there were 2 cards that I found that made this set worthwhile. As I saw these Call of Legends cards, I was thinking, and I was a novice at this point, but I knew, I'm like, okay, I'm looking for this like one card that I thought was really cool and that I never find. And that was a Call of Legends Holo Energy. Now, these cards are kind of weird. You might think, oh, it's an energy card. Who cares? But it's pretty cool because of every energy card had like this little silhouette in the background with like a Pokemon. So the psychic one had like Espeon, and the fire one had Ho-Oh or something like that. And I found a grass one with Celebi in the background. Now there's 2 versions of this. The Heart Gold Soul Silver set has these same energies. They're just not holofoil. Still pretty cool and sought after. But the Call of Legends set has them and they're holofoil and they're really cool. I always, when I found out about this card and I saw like the cool unique design, I always thought this would be a cool card to have, and I put it on my list of like cards I'm looking at. But I thought I'd never find it. And truth be told, this is the only Call of Legends energy that I have. So I haven't found one since. So I was really psyched to get this. It's not in the best condition. Again, the camera is not perfect for... Hold on. The camera is not perfect for picking this stuff up. But the truth is, it's beat. It's got its wear on the side. You can focus, please. You can kind of see. I mean, there's damage and stuff. And with this one, this holofoil pattern is it's not perfect. But honestly, again, like with the Typhlosion, these cards were beat, but the Typhlosion and this card was actually in pretty good condition, and I really like this card. So that was cool. And the second card that I found, which is awesome, was the Secret Rare Random Receiver from Plasma Storm. This was pretty cool to find in there too. Now, granted, this one's pretty beat. Again, all these cards were beat, and they're not in perfect condition. You've got essentially whitening on the sides here, and beating of this corner, and just some general scratches, and the fact that it's a little beat up. But the truth of the matter is, it's a secret rare, and it's from the black and white era. So I always thought it was pretty cool. So altogether, if you put them all together, and again, as soon as this video goes up, it's outdated, but I paid $15 for this, all this stuff, and the tin, and all this stuff's worth about $50 or whatever. And again, give or take, whatever. My goal is always to try and triple my money, and this was my first big lot, and I'm like, this is it. This is pretty cool, and I just enjoyed putting these cards away and putting them in top loaders, especially this card. I liked the Lugias, I liked the Call of Legends stuff, but this was the cream of the crop, because this was a card that was kind of before my time, and they've never re-released it. They've never redone this design, so it was really cool to get this card. And again, this kind of set and the first edition Holopolitoad kind of helped me, ease me into this and saying all right, I enjoy doing this. This is pretty cool. I'm gonna really start doing this and keeping an eye out for Pokemon cards. So yeah, there you go. Thank you guys for watching, and see you guys.